I made a game in 100 hours for GMTK 2024. I did this last year, but there was only half as much time. I came up in the top 23% overall and top 15% in enjoyment, so my goal this year is to beat it. I started off this challenge with a bang, showing up 3.5 hours late, and yeah, I wasted precious time I'll never get back. But it's not all that bad. I spent those hours planning as the Game Jam's theme was already announced. Built to scale. Immediately, I had my plan. Hollow Knight. I thought up this amazing game about bugs in a post-apocalyptic world set to ruin by God and also Machiavelli, and there's this thing, right? No cost too great, and... Wait, what? Someone already did that? Alright, that's fine, I can pivot. Alright, bye-bye, I love you. Say it back. And he hung up. Okay. Then I guess it'll have to be about an assassin whose father was set up to fail by the guild leader who feared the father would usurp him and wanted his magical dagger, and now it's your responsibility to avenge your father and seek out the guild leader to put your father's soul to rest. Your father suspected it would be a setup, and he left his dagger with you, and also the dagger can talk, for exposition reasons. The magical dagger is the key to the theme. Every enemy you hit will either shrink or grow, depending on the button you use to attack. Larger enemies have bigger attack boxes and are just scarier, while smaller enemies are very fast, and the same applies to bosses. So with the framework done, it's time to begin coding. Coding on day one had only a few challenges. The first steps are the easiest once you've taken them so many times for other games. The hard part was doing it as fast as I possibly could, and after 9.5 hours of coding, I had all of this to show for it. So at 2 a.m. I turned off my computer. Day one was the easiest. But day two, well... I woke up at 8 a.m. and immediately booted my computer. The first thing I did was implement the graphics for shrinking and growing, as it was the only thing I had left out from the night before. And then I moved on to the dialogue, which I haven't done in about a year, but it wasn't too bad. It actually took less time than I'd scheduled for it, so I decided to make the first boss. It's quite simple. He can tackle and dive bomb, but I mean, look at this intro. That's awesome. That's just cool. Even after finishing the boss, I was still ahead of schedule, so I decided to tackle the seesaw. I have spent 2 years of my brief time on this earth coding, and the whole fucking time I've tried to make a single fucking seesaw without a built-in physics system, and I failed every single time.
3 hours later.
So after that fun adventure, I was still ahead of schedule. Less ahead, but still ahead, so I got started on the second boss. The Mantis Lords. I mean, the Golden Twins. They're called the Golden Twins. Don't sue me, please. I'm already broke. It was a nice challenge designing a boss of multiple enemies like this, and I'm happy I had Hollow Knight to show me what to do, and also what not to do. I didn't quite finish the second boss before 2 a.m., but that's okay. There's still... Day 3 began with my alarm going off at 8 a.m. So fun, by the way. That was my favorite part of the weekend. And I finished the second boss as well as designed a couple extra enemies. It was kind of neat to see how easy it was to adapt the run-at-player AI into something almost capable of tactics. All it really does is it withdraws from range after it attacks, but it's subtle and it makes the combat so much more interesting. I really love how it worked out, not to mention the assassins in the final area. Beautiful. I'm so proud of them. Look at them. They're such... Look at those eyes. They're so passionate about what they do. About halfway through day 3, I finished the final boss and with it the main game loop, but there was still so much more to do, like sound effects, for example. Nintendo, don't sue me, I'm already... When day 4 rolled around, I was all done with everything except a tutorial and a menu, so I knocked those out of the park and then I decided to make more game modes. Boss Rush Mode. All 3 bosses without the admittedly worst part of the game in between them. Expert Mode. Boss Rush Mode, but the bosses are faster, stronger, better, more fun. I'm actually so proud of this game mode. I've spent hours on it. It's so fun. The boss fights are so good in Expert Mode, but I might have made it too hard if you're not a Sigma Alpha Male Wolf Gamer bro like me. And then the game broke, so that was nice. And that's not a joke. Enemies just suddenly couldn't attack, and I had no idea why, and it crashed sometimes when you were above them. I still don't know why. I fixed it, I guess. It had something to do with the image X variable GameMaker has being a floating number rather than an integer, but there was this beautiful piece of code to fix it. Thanks, GameMaker Discord server. I mean, look at this. What does that even mean? Even the person who gave it to me couldn't explain it, and they had a purple name on the Discord server, that's probably important. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Day 5. After spending 30 minutes trying to get out of bed, I spent 6 hours touching up the game, repolishing, and rebalancing everything I could. Shadows, level design, particles, enemies, difficulty, sprites, just whatever I could think of that could be better. I should have done a lot of the difficulty stuff earlier in the week when my brain was still functioning and not begging me to go to sleep. But it was too late now because the deadline was rapidly approaching, and I mean, I was kind of sweating. I was so nervous. My hands were shaking. It was horrible. So I started the process of submitting the game, designing banners and covers and all that stuff to make the itch.io page look good. After submitting the game, I laid down on the couch for about 40 minutes listening to the Celsus soundtrack until my hands stopped shaking. That's not a joke either. That happened. Well, if you made it this far, I have good news for you. Not only is this game free and playable, but there are 7,000 other games, some of which are really cool, and others are maybe zip bombs to kill your computer, but that's neither here nor there. I appreciate all feedback more than I can express. I'm very thorough with these games. I pour everything into them. I mean, this is the checklist I had. I made this on Friday before the jam started. Largely, it's the same. Of course, I changed it as I thought of more things, but it's mostly the same still. But really, I do put everything into these projects, and if there's something I can do to make it better, I will. I just need you to tell me how. So go play the game, and wow, look at this beautiful end card. Is that the official game trailer for my Steam game coming in September? Similar to Jump King getting over it and Pogo Stuck, a Faudian game, as some would say? Yes, it is that. Go watch that. Wishlist it, buy it, give me your money.